That's right. Yeah, and look what happened, you know?
No good deed goes unpunished.
Indeed, indeed.
This is true.
So, what do you guys got planned
so
this year, Pete?
Well, we've got the largest competition ever so far. We have 550 home entries and 425 commercial entries as it stands right now. We've got the most judges ever, which is a great thing. And for anybody that's listening, the more and more judges we get next year, the more spots in the competitions we can open. So, if we can go up to 70 judges or more, we can open that up probably to the point of where we're going to have over 1,000 entries in this thing. And this is a mead-only competition. So 1,000 entries for a mead-only competition. And this year we have entries from Spain, Serbia, England,
Australia,
Poland, Australia, the Czech Republic, the Slovak Republic. I think we've actually got one from Slovenia, if I remember right.
Oh, cool.
Costa Rica, Argentina, Brazil, and a couple of other places that I'm probably not remembering. Oh, France as well, and Switzerland. So we've got this. This is very much an international competition, and as you know, and some of the folks that have been to the competitions before and the associated events, we have people flying in from all over the place. We've got Merritt coming in from Poland. We got Rob coming in from England, although he's an American expat living over in England. He'll come to his senses one day and return here where they don't have spotted dick in a can.
They have it on plates too, you know. Yeah, well, as soon as the government stops paying him ridiculous amounts of money and pays for his family to live there, he'll come home.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't say as I blame him. Don't forget Australia. Hamish is flying over. Hamish and his friend Bruce are flying over from Australia, and AJ's coming down from Canada.
They have spotted dick in a can in Australia, I think. So.
I'll bet they do. But yeah, my as I was saying before, my nephew is actually was born in Australia around Tullamarine, and so he and my sister are back from Australia, and so they're living here in SoCal. But Shane is a good kid. He sounds very Australian too.
We have a question from the live Got Me Live chat. David Webb's asking, in the future, will the Mazer Cup be held in other countries?
That's a distinct possibility. One of the things we talked about from the beginning is that, as the competition grew and mead grew in popularity and with, a built-in fan base in certain places, at some point we wanted to take a look at perhaps modularizing it, or at least hiving off portions of it to be able to have it in different places, somewhat in the vein of Apimondia, which is a large honey competition that's held biannually in different countries. I don't know that we want to pick up and move the competition on a permanent basis, but I think there's plenty of room, especially with collaboration like we have with the AMMA this year, on maybe spawning events that do move around that aren't necessarily centered on a competition or centered on a set of seminars as much as an event itself, where there's maybe a culinary event along that's paired with the mead tasting event, and a general outreach to the public of, hey, this is mead, we're here to stay, and we've got some damn good stuff for you to try. And so kind of, looking forward in the hourglass there and seeing what's going on with the different kinds of things and the popularity of mead on the rise throughout this country and other countries as well. I don't think that it's too far-reaching to say that I could very well in the next, in the close few years coming to see something like that happen, and I think it'd be a great thing.
Apimondia 2019, Toronto.
Montreal.
Uh-huh. Or is it Montreal?
Montreal.
Sorry. Anyway, Canada.
Yeah, because it's so small.
Because it's so small, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's closer. It's closer than Turkey, which is where it is this year.
Oh, okay, fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and so the whole idea of being able to spawn an event that is international and moves around is a very attractive thing, and I think that with the minds we've got behind things that are happening now, kind of like taking a jump forward into the future and kind of puzzling that out, I think it could happen. I think it'd be a great thing too, because we bring the enthusiasm that we've got with the crowd here and move it around a little bit. It can't help be but contagious.
Well, and considering how many people are willing to fly in just to steward an MCI event, from other parts of the world. I mean, shoot, Hamish is flying 3/4 of the way around the planet to come and play.
Yeah.
And so...
Boy, were his arms retired.
Somebody had to. Oh, gosh. But, the fact that we've got people coming from so far away just to steward and judge and to be part of the event, not just to enter it, but to work it, it seems to me that the base has expanded to the point where that sort of portability, at least for spin-off competitions under the umbrella of the MCI, even if it's not the main MCI event, would certainly be possible.
Yeah, there's so many ways that could go, and so many different kind of configurations and conceptualizations. I don't think it's, like I said, it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility, certainly within the future and most likely the near future. So it's something that has been kicked around more than once, and I think it bears some more kicking around and some actual grabbing hold of and flogging it into shape, so to speak.
That'll be that after the debrief and after we've decompressed conversation you and I have every year.
Yeah.
How can we plot to further take over the world?
Yeah. It's pinky in the brain.
Yeah. So I don't know how we're going to get the pantyhose on the elephant, but we'll figure it out. We just have to keep working at it,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sorry, watch too many cartoons. Manny's
So
saying work full time at Mead. Are you kidding? I'm totally in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're going to have a gigantic pouring room this year, that's for sure.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
It'll probably spill over.
This is the biggest MCI ever, isn't it?
Well, I think if we look at it, we're looking at 925 total entries. That means only 75 more entries next year, and we hit the 1,000 mark. And to me, that's a landmark right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That says, hey, in more ways than one, here is a mead-only competition that's held annually that we get 1,000 entries to from all over the world, including the U.S. and parts of Alabama.
Nice.
Hey, now, don't be picking on Bama. Somebody got to represent the South,
Yeah, exactly. So, based on that, and the kind of growth we've seen, and it's not just the growth. I mean, that's bound to happen. There are people that are getting involved, and people that are very, enthused and starting up their own meaderies. So we're bound to experience growth, but it is the exponential increase in quality that we're seeing in the commercial ranks as well as the home ranks, as far as the quality of the mead being entered in the competition, to where that best of show table is one daunting set of glasses to go through in order to come up with the best one. And it takes time.
Oh, but what an honor to be chosen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And there's folks, around the mead world, the commercial meaderies, I hear this a lot, saying that, getting a medal at the Mesa Cup is like getting a medal at the Mead Olympics. And, I take that as a huge compliment for the way they feel about the competition and, just how tough it is to walk out of there with a medal.
It's hard not to feel quite a bit of pride for our baby. I know we had big dreams when all of us started this up, but at the time, all those dreams were just that. They were dreams. And to see this starting to happen is such a thrill. I mean,
it really is. It did.
Yeah, I mean, what's it going to be like 8 years from now?
Pandemonium.
Well, it's always that, you know. It was like that in year one.
It up.
That's not going to change. Yeah, it's going to end up being in like 3 different hotels.
Have to break it up into several different categories.
Well, it's going to be like we'll just take over the entire Omni, the entire hotel. Nobody else will be there but mead people. Which then we will have dominance and mastery, and then they don't have to yell us when we make a lot of noise.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting at. Parties, more parties.
That's what happened at the last place that we were at. We literally took the place over, and there was very few people there that were not us. You know, and they learned after a few years that it was just better not to be there that week. You know, unless they didn't mind rolling parties and drinking with us and everything, because we were more than happy to include them. But if they wanted peace and quiet, that was not the place to be. Yeah. No, we're very
if you don't like that, why are you there?
Yeah, we're a very inclusive bunch. You want to party with us? We're like, yeah, here, try this thing. It's called mead.
But the being quiet part, not so much.
Not so much. Yeah, it's hard to be quiet when. You know.
The quiet thing doesn't work, especially when Adam Mosh is in the room.
Oh God, yeah. Is he coming this year?
I don't think so. He's Peter's got him working pretty hard.
Yeah, he's been jetting about the world a lot. I noticed that.
Yep, definitely.
For those of you that don't know, Adam Mosh works for a Polish mead, one of the largest Polish mead companies, and he's what is he, sales director or something? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he's sales and marketing and relations with the different honey farms that are around the world.
Very boisterous Polish guy. Very boisterous. And his laugh, you can hear a half a mile away.
And Poland, and Poland being one of those countries. Is Poland one of those countries, if not the only country, where mead is like very, very popular, right? It's like a big deal.
It's literally the national drink, and they've got about 1,000 years of unbroken mead history. It's one of the few countries that has an unbroken mead history, other than Africa with Tej. You know, and their Tej, their Tej has been more of a personal thing rather than a commercial thing, whereas Poland.
I kind of go to Poland now.
It's the what?
I kind of want to plan a trip to Poland now.
You should plan a trip to Poland. Let me know if you decide to go. I'll hook you up.
Yeah, or Greenpoint, Brooklyn, same thing.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, sorry, Pete. We get a little strange. You know that.
Yeah, that's okay. No, but as I said, so we're bigger this year. This is our 3rd year at the Omni, so we're kind of settling into a rhythm, getting things, taken care of a lot more quickly and efficiently than we have in the past because it was a new venue 2 years ago. The venue itself is much more conducive to really showcasing mead and the professional mead makers, their product, and for the mead mixer, that's one of the things here. And reaching out to the folks in the audience that may be commercial mead makers that are listening to this. Let's have you folks sign up for more of the tables there at the mead mixer. We're a little bit behind where we were last year as far as sign-ups go on people that are pouring. We'd like to be a little more representative, especially with the AMMA going to be in the crowd there. So go to our website, go to the mead mixer table, buy a table, bring your product, pour your product, and get it out in front of about 250 to 300 complete fanatics about mead, people that have come from all over the world to see it. Lest you worry that we're, charging, and putting this in our pockets, we don't. Everybody on the Mazer Cup board, all of the volunteers are just that. We're all volunteers. We don't derive any income with this. And we're all crazy enough to pay for our own plane fare, pay for our own room, and pay for our own food. So, we do this, we're not profiting by this in any way, shape, or form. And on top of all that, we take most of the proceeds from that, except, enough to cover food and operating costs. And none of this goes to administrative costs whatsoever. We take the proceeds and donate that to the community food share of Boulder and Broomfield County. And we will be presenting a check there at the Mead Mixer to Michelle Orridge, who is the executive director of the community food share there in Broomfield. And for every $1 that we donate